Dragonland. Let's all go to Dragonland. There's Hoy, he's the biggest, not the brave of hearts. There's Kathy, so shy and very smart. There's Hoy, he's the biggest, not the brave of hearts. There's Kathy, so shy and very smart. There's Hoy, he's the biggest, not the brave of hearts. There's Kathy, so shy and very smart. There's Jack and Wheezy and the Jack and Wheezy, Jack and Wheezy and the tails of one. 'Cause you know two heads are better than one. Jack, dragon tails, dragon tails. Jack's almost time for dragon tails. Jack, come along and take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland. Dragon tails, dragon tails. It's almost time for dragon tails. Dragon tails, dragon tails. It's almost time for dragon tails. Come along and take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland.
You are now tuned in to DJ Abe Sam.
Amy wished on a dragon's tail.
You are now listening to DJ
Around the world the dragons around the world the dragons flew. Around the world the dragons flew. The Annie and Max knew what to do. Climbed on the backs of the dragon friends. Now the adventures never. Now the adventures never. Now the adventures never end. Dragon tails, dragon tails. It's almost time for dragon tails. Come along and take my hand. 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 Let's all go to Dragonland. Let's all go to Dragonland.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Queen of Community Conversation on the AfterPartyRadio.com. I am Dr. Claudia Fowler, your host, and again, I am your community connector. If I tell y'all I am over the top about this show, if you can't tell, I've been posting all week long. Because I have a very, very special, in fact, I have a history maker sitting in one of my chairs in studio today. And I am so happy to have her. But let me get to a couple of announcements. There will be a toy drive, a toy giveaway on December the 20th from 10 until 12. Again, it's at the Howland Hill Library that is being sponsored by the Chris Howell Foundation. So you do have to register for that. So again, you can Google Chris Howell Foundation Christmas giveaway on December the 20th at Howland Hill Library. That's at 6200 Bonnevie Road in Howland Hills in the heart of Oak Cliff. All right? We are Oak Cliff. We also have a upcoming event. It's going to be in the spring, but I want to talk a little bit about that. It's called Blackology, and it's by Tiffany Turner Reed, I believe. She is the founder and CEO, and she's going to be having a gala this coming spring. And I wanted to kind of give y'all heads up so you can go ahead and be getting your money together for your tickets and whatever else is going to be on economic, on black empowerment, women, children, whatever you can think of that empowers the black community. Again, that is Blackology Gala that's coming up this coming spring, coming your way. So now we want to get right to it. I have in studio today Sharetta Shay Metcalf, better known as Chicken. Is that right? Better known as Chicken. She is here in studio with us. She's also known as the Triple D Fight Queen.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am so proud to have her in studio with me today because of the things that she is doing here in the community. I want to talk a little bit about, they have an upcoming event. I wanted to get to that one first. They have an upcoming event next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Maple Avenue Boxing Gym. Y'all know me and my paperwork. At the Maple Avenue Boxing Gym. And that is going to be a boot camp for young ladies 12 and older. Okay, so now let me go ahead and introduce you all again to Sharetta Metcalf, and she can tell you more about that as her and Clarissa Shields, who's not here in studio, but we want to send a shout out to her, to the
Yes.
GWOAT. Okay,
Yes.
we want to give her a shout out this morning, and hopefully maybe she's tuning in and maybe she's listening. But let's talk a little bit, Sharetta, about the upcoming event. I want to go ahead and get that out so people can kind of they would like to come, how they can
Yes.
find out about coming and getting registered. Coming up next week on December 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Yes.
All right. All right. Now I present to someone. Let me do how we do. I know Daddy would do it. I present to someone, introduce to others. Miss Sharetta Shay Metcalf, the Triple D Fight Queen.
How y'all doing? Man, y'all gotta have them little noise thing to be like, yeah, you cheering like this. Yes, but I'm super excited about this event. To be able to do it with a woman who's the face of boxing. You know what I'm saying? She is, 4 times undisputed, 2-time gold medalist. So, how can you not want to learn boxing from her? I'm excited because I get to learn some stuff from her while I'm there being part of it as well,
Okay.
And then by me being a world champion, and being from Dallas and being able to set the, the standards for here, like, really know, hey, Dallas make champions, and we doing it with women empowerment, young girl. We starting at age 12 and up, and
Wow.
yeah, just being back to our community, just talking to the girls, letting them know about the boxing game, just so being able to just talk to Clarissa and stuff. Like, it's not gonna be just all just working out, just us telling them about the game and just what we're going through as women and what we're fighting for. She just signed for $8 million, and we trying to fight for our fighters, for the women fighters to make good money like that as well, to be able to set their families right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what this is about.
So it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Kind of tell us about what the event. Now, let me tell y'all something. At 65, you're not gonna bounce me around like that. So if I come to observe and cheer you on, and take a few pictures or whatever. But kind of tell us what the day of a boxing boot camp looks like.
So it's a 2-hour boot camp. So we're gonna pretty much, when we come in, we're gonna talk. We're gonna probably have like a person that's gonna talk for like 10-15 minutes, just
Okay.
getting everybody associated with everyone, let them know something motivational that's gonna go on. Then we're gonna get into the workouts where we're just gonna be warming up, and just teaching them some of the basics of different. Every day we're gonna be teaching something different, something new, to where that you'll like it. So if you're coming for all 3 days, you're gonna be learning something new each day. So we're gonna be doing that. And then after the workout, then you'll be able to like talk with Clarissa, talk with me, get one-on-one time with us, like to just talk to see about just the boxing game and just business, and just how it is being a woman in this game, and what can we do as women to help each other.
Okay.
So that's pretty much some of what we're gonna be doing that day.
Okay. And as reading your resume and I pulled it off of Wikipedia. Sometimes Wikipedia can get it a little wrong, but I think the data are pretty accurate. On you started your career. What was the first day? January 2016. January 16th, in fact, 2016. So you've got a 9-year anniversary coming up. That's right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, pro.
Okay.
That's
you
on
went to
y'all
professional.
part. That's
And
what
see,
I'm saying.
and also you can be able to share with young ladies and with, I say young ladies because they're 12 years old, about growing up here in Dallas, that you were not only, like, you were a cheerleader, you were anything athletic, you were in
Yes.
track, so, you pretty busy.
Yes.
And it's so ironic that I was talking to my daughter last night, because she posted on her page about you come in and, Mom, do you know the man coming? I said, well, I don't know. I think he'll preach or something. She's like, oh, okay. So I know he's having new boxing shield. And she said, and I said something about Clarissa. I said, Clarissa Shields? I said, yeah. She said, she coming? I said, yeah. She said, well, I know that's Shay. I know Miss Shay. She said, but she coming? I said, yeah. And I didn't even know, because she's been a dancer all of her life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know she knew anything about the boxing world.
Oh yeah,
or
everybody
whatever.
knowing about Clarissa though right now.
Well, and then that's the thing. After reading on yesterday, I found out that she had gave. You gotta give me the tea on that one. She had asked or invited Layla Ali for a fight, and Layla Ali said she declined, or whatever happened with that. So what's the tea on that? Did she just decline? She didn't retired, or what's going on with Layla?
I do know she want to fight her
Okay.
or whatever, but as far as the backstory of everything, I mean, I'm just not, cause we don't talk about it like in depth for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like she done let me know like I'll call cause we done seen and stuff. So I done brung it up, but it hasn't been no in depth. Like she just pretty much just want to fight her. She says she supposed to be the greatest of all time. You know, and she wants to and that's Muhammad Ali's daughter. So she want to fight her to show her like why she's the greatest woman of all time.
Right,
so,
right.
I mean, it's that, and I think she said Layla has said a lot of things and did a lot of things too. And Layla saying that Clarissa has done it. So I just that's a fight I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind watching.
Now, when I was a little girl coming up, I was wrestling with those binary boys or whatever on Saturday night. And I actually got a chance. My great uncle, the one I'm named after, Claude, and I'm Claudia, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna take you to see the binaries." Like what I was seeing on TV on Saturday night. You know, the routine was watch the binaries, eat popcorn or whatever, and then go to bed and get ready to go to church the next morning. He told me that I was gonna be able to go with him. I was just ecstatic. I think I started getting ready like Saturday morning or something, to be able to go. And that's as far as the sports side of me went. I mean, I really get into football. Then because I knew who Muhammad Ali was, because you watch boxing, and I think it was Frazier, Ali, and then you get into the recent was Tyson and all these other guys. And, I'm like, well, okay, because I've never been a sports fanatic. And then when I seen, because honestly, when I was scrolling Facebook and I seen you and Clarissa, I said, oh, who are these pretty girls? What do they have? And I said, boxing. I said, okay, I've got to get them on the show. So kind of tell me a little bit about your background here in Dallas, growing up in Dallas. What was it like? And, where you are now. Did you ever think you would be having a world champion belt on, or?
I didn't even think I'd be doing anything that was with fighting.
Okay.
Because I just wasn't known to be just a fighter like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't around getting beat up all the time or nothing like that. It's just that I just went out. So it was crazy. I was always athletic. So really, I thought I was going to be a professional basketball player.
Okay.
So I felt like I was going to be in something sports. I just didn't know it was going to be boxing, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always been an athlete, like you said. When you look me up, I did karate, I did track, basketball, soccer, cheerleading, everything.
And that attributes to you being athletic, to also living and healthy eating, taking care of yourself, being, doing all those things. Have you ate some of those fresh greens from Kim's Garden yet? Good morning, Kim.
Yep. Yes. Sure didn't thank you to Joppy Farms. They gave me some greens when I was out there for the walk.
That's right. She's a friend of Joppy. She came in her celebrity status to the beginning of Kim's walk, diabetes walk.
Yes, I warmed everybody up.
Okay.
Look, I warmed them up, y'all, and they thought that was a workout. I said, I wasn't doing no doing stretches. I said, oh, baby, y'all got to start working out.
That's what Kim told me. She said, well, now we're going to have a workout. We're going to have getting everybody, getting those bones and getting that blood. I said, what time is that over with? That's when I'm going to show up.
It's going to show up.
So I want to go on and move on to, then we'll get back to your professional boxing record. Let me go ahead and say that now. Make sure I got this right. 21 fights, 14 wins, 5 losses. By knockout 2, 5 losses by 1, by decision 12, and then 5 losses by 4. Drawn, and there was 1 drawn, and then 1 no contest.
Yeah.
That about right? Okay. Okay. That's what I put up on Wikipedia. Like I said, I wanted to, have some information, about you. And
Yeah, what's so fun? That's how I knew when I was there. I said, oh, I'm somebody. Because I looked at my name, but I said, I got a Wikipedia. Oh.
Well, just always know you're going to always be somebody to us because you are homegrown. So now we're going to move on to Mr. Grady Spanky Banks the Third.
How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, Lord.
And when I called him, I was, waiting for them, for, when you say boxing, they're like, hello? And I'm like, okay, when you say hello, I said, oh, he's a pretty nice guy. Let me go ahead and get my bid in to get him on the show. And they gave me your phone number. I started talking real fast. I said, well, they gave me your phone number at the gym, so I don't you think I was some random chick that had your number.
No, they gave me a call. Let me know you was calling.
And I was going to call. So kind of tell me about, I know you chose this gym. Apparently y'all are friends. This way you work out a lot, or?
At Maple?
Mhm.
Yes, so I do part of my training there because I go to 2 gyms there and Texas Select Boxing Gym.
Okay.
But I also work at Maple Boxing Gym. So I teach the boxing classes there on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
And I
Very
also
good.
train there.
Okay. So now back to you, Grady. So now you are owner, manager of Maple Avenue Boxing and Fitness.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me why a boxing gym? I mean, we have, Fitness Planet Fitness and all these other groups, and but can you tell me why specifically a boxing gym?
Well,
Have you ever boxed before?
as a kid,
Okay.
I was introduced to boxing by my grandfather.
Okay.
And so years to come, I've always been a fan of boxing. Not so much as being a boxer, but a fan. You have some people who are fans of football or other sports, but not particularly want to play in that sport.
Okay.
And so boxing, they call it sweet science.
Okay.
So boxing's not for everyone. I believe boxing has to be a God-given gift.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
some up there who go at it, but boxing is a very special sport.
It is.
And so it's very difficult. The thing is, it's not like, like street fighting.
Right.
It's totally different because it's different angles and how you throw your punch and where you throw your punch from. Most time in street fighting, guys throw punches from the upper body. But in boxing, your punch actually comes from your legs, your
Okay.
thighs. So I took an interest in boxing for years. And so as the years progressed, as I got older, I met a guy. We both was like-minded. He was a boxer. He's a pro boxer. And so we decided to come together and start a promotional company.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we began to do small shows here in Dallas.
Okay.
And that's how I became acquainted with Miss Chicken, Miss Sharetta here. She was really our main. Actually, our first promotional fight, she was our main focus, really.
Okay.
Actually, because at that time, women's boxing wasn't big.
Okay.
And
It
so
was not popular.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't.
popular at all. And right now, it's almost like the WNBA. It's getting there.
Okay.
And I think, once people really start looking at, okay, these women can actually fight. These women actually have skills. I believe the money will be there too as well. I believe the money will somewhat match the men as
Just
well.
like now with the WNBA,
WNBA, correct,
when you hear about Angel and all these other young ladies that have made it to the pros,
Yeah.
then now there's a conversation about money.
Yeah.
When before, we had WNBA players. You didn't hear anything. I mean, of course, we know they got paid.
Now it's
some
all
kind of
about the
way,
money
but-
because it's like, boom, y'all talking about us now. Y'all are talking about us, and we see the ratings. They are going up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So why is it the pay? I mean, because we've been barely making it to, like, it's so many pro boxers that are world champions and still got a regular job. People think that when you're a world champion, they mean you are automatically rich. That's not true at all.
Yeah, I googled down some names. There was a young lady named Dubai, and then there was someone else.
Oh, Caroline Dubois?
Caroline Dubai. I did see her name on there, and then
Yeah.
of course I seen Sharetta's name on there,
Yeah.
and I seen of course Clarissa's name, on there. And it's just like the same thing with women in soccer. And I heard like something about women in golf just don't, they don't make the purses or whatever that that men have made over the years. So when you kind of notice that she was your first your first attraction for as a first show that you did you know that there were more women in the audience? Did you know there was more women support, or can you kind of think back on what it was like?
It was mixed, actually.
Okay.
It was actually like mixed because women do go to boxing matches.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they either go because a guy's taking them, or like you got somebody like me. My friends, they might not know nobody else,
But they gonna know you.
but they know
We
me.
gonna
So
know
my
you.
homegirls gonna show up in cliques.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got like a lot of friends, and then they got friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I mix with a lot of popular girls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then the girl I was fighting was a female police officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so she had a police fan base.
Okay.
And then by her being a female officer, she had female. So it was, I think we was the only female fight on the court too, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And I must say this too, Sharetta, she don't give herself a lot of credit, but I mentioned before, she's really the pioneer if you mention boxing, women's boxing, I think she should be probably in the top 15 as really putting boxing on the map. But in Dallas, I really believe she is the pioneer of women's boxing because I believe she made it popular.
Okay.
You know, if you think about a person that's not a boxing fan, if you mention Floyd Mayweather, they know Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here in Dallas, if you mention female boxing, they're gonna know Sharetta. They're gonna know Chicken. And so my thing is, I believe that she doesn't get the credit that she deserves for Dallas because I really believe that she really enhanced and progressed boxing, women's female boxing here in Dallas. You know, especially being the first major champion in here in Dallas, and she got it from the mud. You know, it wasn't nothing that was given to her, or she knew somebody, or she had a famous back last name.
Yeah.
And we know it's Chicken. You know, and my thing is, I really believe that she should be congratulated a lot more. You know, for that accomplishment, you know. And
Even recognized by the city. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
Even recognized by the city.
She needs a key. She needs a key to the city. Hello,
Maxie Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, Eric Johnson. You know,
My councilman Adam Bazadoo and everybody else down there. So you know,
I believe she deserved that type of honor. You know.
Now I do agree with that. So let me get back to that. The Chicken. Where did that nickname come from?
Chicken sticks. But I just took the sticks off.
So, okay, I was wondering because I kept looking. I'm like, is that something about chic? Is it chic in? I said, it's chicken. When I was reading, I'm like.
I just spell it different because I'm just different than where I'm from.
So, you know, some people may say, you know, they may come into the gym and they may watch, you know, people, I think it's called sparring or whatever. So there are some myths I know with that. Why people say, oh, boxing is such a, I think you use the word to me, combative.
Yeah, it's very combative.
Very combative. One of you two I was talking to, a very combative sport. And, you know, oh, well, females shouldn't get into that because we're so, you know, petite and tiny and, you know, we're so I mean, and...
I be sparring boys smaller than me.
Yeah.
I done hit boys so hard, he flew across the ring.
I can believe that. So when people come to you with, I mean, like I said, we're now in 2025, so a lot of myths I know need to be still debunked in, you know, even today about, you know, females, because, you know, we talk about now females playing football, females playing baseball, you know, females playing soccer. And then, you know, some people say, well, traditionally, those are boy sports. Those are boy sports. And I'm like, well, you know, because if I had the stamina or whatever, I probably would have. And like I said, I think it's so great that if these girls don't get anything out of it, there will be a self-defense mechanism put into play those next 3 days.
Yes. And that's what it's about, too, as well, because, you know, I got a nonprofit where I do focus on domestic violence. Yes,
leadership, and mentoring.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that as well.
Yes, and that's part of the things, that's what it is domestic violence and just knowing how to defend yourself.
Okay. So back to Maple Avenue. How long have you been with Maple Avenue Boxing and Fitness?
I've been with Maple Avenue Boxing ever since 2018.
Okay. Yeah. So you're on a 7-year stretch right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you see the gym growing and more people? Well, you know, we talk about eating healthier, living longer, fitness. So, you know, have you noticed that there has been an incline of people coming in to work out, to want to live better and do better, and is boxing a part of that?
Yes, especially in the era that we living in now, social media area.
Right.
So everybody wants to be in shape. Everybody wants to have that social media body.
Or if they want to look, or even if they want to look like they in the gym, they'll get memberships just to be pictures in the gym working out.
Correct. Yeah. And the thing I noticed too now is, at one point in time, everyone used to have their cameras out, showing themselves in the traditional gyms, like, you know, like 24 hours and Fitness Connection, whatever. Now, since everyone is doing that, now I see people coming to the gym, setting up their cameras so they can show they're in the boxing gym.
Okay.
Because now it kind of gives a different type of look when you're in the boxing gym.
Now you know everything about aesthetics.
Yeah. yes. So, I see it as a growing theme. And one thing I do see it growing as in the youth, mostly kids, because now in the video game heavy era, a lot of kids are so intrigued and so caught up in the video games.
Right.
So now a lot of parents are noticing, like, hey, I go in my son's room and all I see is bags of chips and Capri Suns and he stays on the video game to the point where he doesn't even want to take a bath. And so now most parents are calling and say, hey, I want to get my son or my daughter active, get them off the video games. And also we run into some of the kids who may not have as much confidence.
Right.
They may face some type of bullying in school to the point where people, kind of pick on them or think they're a little weak. And it kind of gets them in the gym to learn how to defend themselves and it builds confidence.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Miss Chicken has seen it too, where plenty of times you see a kid who walks in and he gets intimidated because he see other kids in the gym, or he might see Miss Sharetta or some of the other guys in the gym. He gets intimidated, but once he keeps coming or she keeps coming, the confidence builds up. They say, oh, you know what? I'm not good at football. I'm not good at basketball. I'm not good at some of the usual sports or soccer. But man, I think I found my niche in boxing.
Okay.
I'm learning how to throw a punch.
Age recommendation for that. Age recommendation to get them some gloves.
Boxing, you start off at age 7. You can start training at 7. You can fight. You have your first fight at 8.
At 8 years old. But
Okay.
I recommend you get the kid going as early as possible. If your kid can throw a punch, if your kid can point and say McDonald's, I think you should get it. Teeling. I think you should get them in the gym to get I think it's good part of motor skills. Mm-hmm. I think you should get them active in some sort of way. Not saying have them fighting. I wouldn't recommend a kid because boxing is dangerous.
Yeah.
I explained it to you before. Boxing is a very dangerous sport, especially if you don't know how to protect yourself. That's why the referee always says protect yourself at all times,
Well,
even
again,
after the
that's part
bell.
of one of the myths about, if you take a punch to the head the wrong way, if you take a fall in the ring the wrong way, that's a myth that has not been debunked, because we have seen people actually, in boxing matches, and they come out actually hurt. And like you said, it's a very dangerous and combative type of sport, so you have to really know and be trained the right way.
Proper way, correct.
Everybody got to be trained the proper way for the
yeah.
protocols of everything. Your coaches, your corner. You can't just have anybody in your corner. You need somebody who be able to know, hey, this ain't right.
Okay. So you recommend that children start about 7 years old, they can do their first match at 8.
Yeah, through USA Boxing, they can actually have their first match.
Okay.
Amateur fight at the age of 8 years old.
So what about getting into, has there been anything or record of being in, I'll say DISD, Garland ISD, or Rowlett ISD, or Mesquite ISD, getting to any of the ISDs with the sport of boxing? Because we know that there are classes, you can look on Park and Recreation, and they have, boxing classes, they have this, they have that, some of them do. And then I always wonder, well, who's teaching these classes? Because, if it was someone like, Shay, of course, we would know, and we would probably come, and support. But they just always say, well, learn the world of boxing, learn how, how to do this, how to do that. But, I mean, have y'all ever tried to infiltrate into the schools?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. At one point in time, we partner up. I had a partnership with St. Philip's.
Okay.
St. Philip's School.
Good morning, Dr. Flowers. I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, when the time we partnered up, it was through Dr. Flowers.
Okay.
And so we kind of we partnered with them, and we was there 3 times a week,
Wow.
teaching their kids from all the way from the I think kindergarten all the way up to the 6th grade.
Really?
Yeah, the beginnings of boxing.
Okay.
And the beginning of boxing, really, I'm gonna tell you something. Boxing is totally different than any other sport.
Okay.
Boxing, you really have to have your mind right, because the most important thing of boxing is the conditioning. The conditioning is not easy.
It's not.
Miss Chicken, she explained, she warmed them up, and they said, is that it? That was just a warm up. Boxing is the only sport that all other sports equate to. So if you're in shape for basketball, or you're in shape for football, you're not in shape for boxing.
Okay.
But if you're in shape for boxing, you're in shape for any other sport.
You sure is.
If you're in shape for boxing, you're in shape for football, basketball. At one point in time, I had like a little partnership with some of the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
About 5 years ago, and they would come to the gym to get themselves conditioned for the upcoming basketball season. And so that shows you how important how boxing conditioning is. Is the value of it, of being in, of having that type of being in shape in that type of mindset.
Okay.
So, but thing is, boxing is a sport that you really have to learn it.
You do. Because it's 80% mental and 20% physical. People think that boxing is all about who look the strongest and stuff. Like, no. Like, yeah, you probably be in shape, but boxing is more about who's smarter. That's why Bud Crawford is who he is, because he's so smart. He figured you out.
Okay.
Like, the fighters who start off slow in their fights, people be always thinking bad about that, but no, they're really the fighter who's figuring you out, and now you ain't gonna have nothing. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing with them for like the rest of the fight. They don't figure you out in like 2 rounds.
Yeah,
2 or 3 rounds. Yeah.
Because boxing is a skill set. I've seen guys come in and say, I want to fight the best. They come into the gym and say, I want to fight the baddest person you got in there. I done knocked out a police horse. We had all kind of stories. And so I put him in the ring with a 14-year-old, a grown man in the ring with a 14-year-old. And that 14-year-old don't even really throw a punch. But by 20 seconds into the first round, they're tired.
Yeah.
They huffing and puffing. It's been time where we have to almost call the paramedics to pick somebody off the floor because they was tired.
Trust me, I understand.
because a lot of people think boxing is just fighting. I don't care what kind of hands you have on the street. Boxing. Once you get in that ring, that's a totally different. It's totally different. It's a skill set.
Wow.
It's about angles, how you move. Just pretty much your movement, your head movement, your everything, how you throw your punches, from what angle you throw your punches from. So boxing that's why it's important that, I advise for a person to consistently train for at least by a year and a half before I even allow them to spar.
Wow.
Whoa, I was sparring before that.
I mean, some were sparring before that. No, some were sparring before that, but I'm saying this is my opinion.
Yeah,
if I
depends on how you be
if I had
learning.
if I had a kid, and I would. That's my recommendation before you let them get in the ring, because most people think once I get in the ring, I'm ready, and that's not the case. Because your brain and everything else is at risk. Your chin.
And we remember that famous interview that Robin Givens did about Mike Tyson, and how she was like, and he's just, she was so dramatic with it to where, women were scared to actually, after that, to date a boxer, because she gave such a compelling interview.
All my men scared to date me. You better be. I like to fight my men.
All her men. Let's show you her celebrity status.
Chicken. You remember in that movie, Love and Basketball, when she was out on the football field and her mom was saying, Monica, your behavior is deplorable. Now, chicken, But I mean, I have talked to a boxer before, and, he boxed years ago, but, to the simple thing of, you have to look at the person themselves. And, and like I said, it's been many years ago that he was a boxer, but, you kind of like have to look at the mind, like you said, the mindset. Mm-hmm. You have to look at, how serious they are. Some people just do it for a sport. Some people just do it for exercise, or whatever. So I don't know, but what I can say is that I felt like that had he continued on, he would have been, he would have been, had been world champion as well. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you this: what were some of your biggest challenges as a female boxer? And I know you've had some, because, number one, woman, African American woman.
Then my age.
Yeah, okay, you started when you were 26?
No, I was 28.
28, okay.
Yeah, I think I was 28 when I started.
But in women's boxing, that's a good age, though.
It is, because it make you mad, because it be the men who
started 17, 18.
Yeah, they start young. And so, of course, when you so young and you fighting all these hard fights, like Canelo, they got like 60 fights, pro fights, and he been fighting some hard people.
Yeah, since he was 15.
And it's like, your body is hard. Your body is older and feel like my body hasn't been through that. Like, I thank God that my body don't hurt after a fight. I can't tell the difference from when I first started and like now my recovery after a fight. Like, at first it used to be like, oh, I had a fight. But maybe then too, because I'm fighting 10 rounds now and I was just fighting 4 rounds then. So the recovery You know what I'm saying? But I don't have like bad pain.
And your conditioning though, because the higher you go, the strong the more intense your conditioning gets too, though.
Yes.
Now,
So
is there I know I hear that some football players, they do certain things, I seen Dak get over to the side and he prayed, and I've seen some of them, they want to take a run, take a lap or something around the football field, basketball players. All sports, all people that play sports have some type of ritual, I think, before they go into a game. I mean, be it prayer, be it whatever it is that they do. So, what is, if you can tell and share with us? I
Yeah.
want to give away none of your secrets.
Yeah.
But what are some of your rituals that you do before you? I know it's a mental thing.
Yeah, I
physical.
mean, I pray. Me and
Okay.
my team, we pray. I warm up. I stretch. I be shadow boxing. I mentally talk to myself, and I'm talking about like not in my head, like I say it out loud.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm talking so I can hear myself. I crunk myself up. I'm you know what I'm saying. I motivate me. You know what I'm saying. So it's just like those are the things that I do to get myself ready for a fight, and I just warm up. As long as I'm warmed up and I feel good, I feel like it's gonna be a good fight.
So, of course, you're always welcome. Have a welcoming spirit here in the city of Dallas when you fight. What about when you have went to other cities? What is the spirit like? What is when you walk into a gym? Because you walk into unnamed territory. You may know of the gym, you may know of who you're fighting, but kind of like what have you felt when you went into other cities to fight?
Um, of course I be nervous when I fight in another city, but I be chilling.
Okay.
Like in New York, that's where I won my belt set and stuff. Like I just made myself calm into my place, and I think that the fact that I've been to New York numerous of times.
Okay.
So when I did fight there, I didn't feel too nervous or nothing like that.
Okay.
But I mean, to me, it's a fight. I know it's more political than anything that I'm be fighting than the actual, because I done been, like, some of those losses, it's because I went to them girls' town. I pretty much had done broke their nose, or I had done,
Wow.
they were leaking, they face messed up. That's why it don't be like, it done been a war.
that's the part of boxing that that kind of pushes people away a little bit is the politics in it.
Right.
As she mentioned, sometimes when you step in somebody else's territory, you have to I hate to say this, almost nearly kill them to win.
Yeah.
To win that fight. That's why you really have to take it out the referee's hand. When you go to other boxers' territory. I congratulate a lot of boxers that go over, especially across the pond. When I say pond, I mean across the world, to go and win a title, because that's difficult to do, because sometimes the favor is in the hand of the home, of the person that's fighting at home. So I congratulate, because it's not easy to do, to go win fights in someone else's territory. So.
Well, it's just like sometimes when you grow up in a city like the city of Dallas or Fort Worth or Houston, Corsicana, wherever, and you venture off into another land, like you said, into a what's the old church? So pilgrim travelers through a barren land, and so when you go in, you don't know the devils you know a bit better than the devil that you don't know. So when you go in to, and like you said, most of the time, she's went in and she's won. And that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. When someone from another territory or another state, at least, comes in and takes the title, or becomes victorious over your homegirl, or
Right.
Or whatever.
Right.
So yeah.
It's just like me coming to your household and your father's the referee.
Yeah.
So he gonna be more,
Partial.
partial to you. So that's the thing about in boxing. Sometimes, most of the times.
So, Sisterhood, Leadership, and Mentoring, SLM. Tell us about that. I know that is your nonprofit.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
That's also the initials of my name.
Okay.
And so I picked, I wanted it to be something that I know that it's a part of me, something that I know I can stand on, and something that I know that it's a passion for me. It's just not me just, I wish a nonprofit is doing this, or is, you know what I'm saying? It's a part of my name. It's a part of me. You know what I'm saying? And everything I'm doing is something that's part of my family. Like that's part of something like my aunt. You know what I'm saying? I seen my mom go through you saying domestic violence and stuff like that, and so it was something that was really dear to me, and I really just want to give back. You know what I'm saying, in that way, because the position that I'm in, I'm showing power. You know what I'm saying, strength as a woman. You know what I'm saying. And I just want to put that out there. And then my other one is autism, because my oldest son is autistic. And that's something that's dear to me too. So I do things that I really understand, that I really have a passion for, because it was something that was close to me.
Well, as a former job coach and job developer for those with autism spectrum for 18 to 24, I was a job coach and a job developer for them, to where we would help them to actually get jobs. And, and after 12 weeks, they were kind of like on their own, because we had trained them. And, when we met with the state of Texas, I told them, I said, well, I'm passionate about it, because here's my deal. If mama, daddy, grandmama, big mama, whoever has been their keeper, has been that parent, has been their guidance in their life, something happens to them, they need to know that they can make it on their own. They don't really want to take care of us that are, like us, normal people, whatever. But, without disabilities, so they sure would push them to the side and not take care of them. So that's why I'm like you. I'm very passionate about the autism spectrum, because I know that people want to say special disability. I can say special ability. That's who they are. So I know you all with SLM. You all have housing. Can you tell us part of the components of it of SLM? I know I read something about y'all have housing. You do something.
So this is what we trying to do. The housing assistant. So
right. I'm
gonna start teaming up with other nonprofits. Like I had a meeting with Domestic House.
Okay.
The one that's like right here by Parkland. Domestic Valley here. So they told me to like make sure everything's good, because I'm gonna team up with them, doing some things they help with housing. So what I'm doing, because mine is new. So they teaching me what to do and the resources, because I have a platform, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm here with trying to help people, send them somewhere. And I know that they have places to hide those women that's going through those places, and my nonprofit can help send those women there. So that's what we talking about, stuff like that, and to eventually, like, me getting with, I'm gonna have a caseworker there, so that way we can find somebody that can help get with Section A, things like that. We're gonna have people donations where they're gonna be women needs, like feminine needs, and just whatever they might need.
Yeah, we did a show on domestic violence. Good morning, Rosalind Rayford, and with Lip Gloss for Love. And it was also mentioned that when a woman comes out of a domestic violence situation, sometimes she comes out homeless. Because, if he has been the sole breadwinner, if you have been, the stay-at-home mom, or even if you do work, that's going to be a disruption of your finances, because half of that, or 3/4 of that, has been cut off, because if he's taking care of the rent, mortgage, the car notes or whatever, and then, you say enough is enough, and, today is going to be the day I'm getting me and my children out of the situation, then, oftentimes, you end up, unless you have family, and I do feel sorry for women, for a better word to say, I feel sorry, I have empathy for them when you go to another city, and we just got to talking about going to another city and how you treat it, and then, things happen, he abuses you, and then you have no family, you have no friends, you maybe have co-workers, but who wants to go to work and tell your co-worker, well, he's been beaten up, it's a situation where it's not a good feeling, So I admire that, because we have had women to call, myself, Evil Mouse, and, Rosalind Rayford, and all the ones that do have the domestic violence nonprofits in the middle of the night, Shay, and they say, well, I'm out on the street, I have nowhere to go, and I have my 3-year-old with me, or I have my 2 children with me, or I have my 4 children with me. I'm in the car, or we got to sleep in the car tonight. So I do applaud you and your organization for wanting to do that, because it's not too many. And say, well, I want to get involved, but I don't know. It could be a little dangerous. I mean, and I was telling and sharing with Montana, this is my second rodeo with her being on her station here at afterpartyradio.com. We did a show 2015, 2016. A lady called in to the show. We had ability for people to call in. And she says, well, I gave my number. I'm bad at giving out my phone number. Call me 607-646-61. Same number then. She called after the show and she says, "I want to leave tonight." I said, "Oh, did you already have your plan? I mean, did you already have everything in working on?" She said, "Yeah, she's been putting her clothes over in her neighbor's yard every night. Like I got the trash baby or whatever. She'd be putting her clothes whatever in the neighbor. The neighbor was in on it. So she said, "Well, can you? If I give you the address, can you come help me get out tonight?" Oh, girl, you said nothing but a word. Called DPD, had them on the corner, for welfare or whatever, and knocked on the door. So she came to the door. I said, "You ready?" She said, "Yes, ma'am." And the kids were apparently at her mom's house. The children were not there, and I was glad about that. And got her out. I talked to her maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. She's still out, remarried now and whatever else. And so that made my heart happy that, the voice that, you could, because we didn't have, Facebook, but we did have Facebook, but the voice that she heard was someone to help her to triumphantly get out alive. See, the thing is getting out alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my auntie didn't make it out alive.
Yeah.
My auntie didn't make it out alive. And that's why I feel the way that I feel. Cause she wanted to leave, and he didn't want her to leave, so he just felt like he just taking her life. So I guess he felt like if he couldn't have her, nobody else could.
And that often is the signature of a very sad commentary that we have to write when it comes to domestic violence and how it ends sometimes. And I used to be a parole officer. We would sing this song that if he screamed at you, he'll hit you. If he hits you, he'll kill you. So get out. Or you can get out and save you and your children, So, however, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So, now when it comes to other things that Maple Avenue Gym has going on, kind of tell me about that.
Basically, we have classes.
Okay.
For ones who wants to get fit. I'm basically two gyms in one. I have the boxing fitness component. And also I have, the component for those who want to maybe indulge or maybe want to try out the sport of boxing.
Okay.
Once you come in, you can look.
That's a specialty.
Yeah,
that's
you
the draw.
Right. Yeah, you can come in and you can see I have a full ring with show lights. To kind of give you that feel of being an actual boxer.
Ringside.
Yeah, you want to, you can stand ringside. But mostly I'm really pushing for the classes because I have some great trainers. I have Miss Chicken here, and I have Coach Tony, a legend, Coach Tony Benson. I have Marquise.
I think I know Tony.
Yeah, his father they used to have a store in Oak Cliff, Benson and Sons, grocery store.
Yes, okay.
Yes. I have Marquise Brooks, jump, and I have Miss Amber. She's very good with the children. Yeah. And I have I have a variety. I have one guy that's actually a swimmer, but he boxed in the Army, Mr. Derek Williams. And I have who else I have there?
And Bam, Coach Bam.
Oh, Coach Bam. Yeah, Coach
Okay.
Bam. Coach Bam is a great addition to the gym.
Yeah.
He he just joined us maybe about 6 months ago. So it's been longer than that. It's been a year. Man, time going by so fast. Yeah, I guess he's been there for a year, but he was a great addition to the gym as well. Then I have Mr. Jones. He's also a great trainer. He's a jiu-jitsu trainer, but he also trains in boxing as well.
Okay.
So overall, I have a good set of trainers, but I'm pushing for the classes. So those who want to come, and get fit, not necessarily want to box, but boxing fitness is the best fitness you can have.
It is.
And
that's why other athletes do boxing. You see pro football players, they get into boxing because that's the conditioning. So I done trained some pro football players, some NFL guys. I done made them damn near throw up because the conditioning is like football players, they only have a spurt of a second they doing something. Boxing, we pretty much got to fight for a whole 2 to 3 minutes.
Constantly moving,
constantly thinking. That's the tired part, the thinking. I probably won't care about moving that much. I got to keep thinking.
Keep thinking, Yeah, so we have a variety of people that comes to the gym. We even have some kids, also parents, don't hesitate to, to bring, your child to the gym because we deal, I don't care if they have autism, ADHD.
They be up there.
As a matter of fact, we had a kid that became a champion.
Really?
That he had autism.
Okay.
Talk to little back boy.
He
got
the Kari.
Yeah, I didn't know he was autistic.
Yeah, autistic. Yeah, and
I knew he had something, but I didn't know
yeah,
that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, and he won.
just get Golden Gloves.
He won the Golden Gloves.
Wow. How old is he now?
He should be about 12.
He 12 or 13.
12 or 13, something like
Yeah,
that.
he
Won
ran
the
there.
Golden Glove?
He won the Golden Gloves
Wow.
regional.
Yes, and this is his first year. He
Yeah.
been there for a year now, right?
Well, he been there about 2 years.
2 years.
But he came consistently for a whole year.
Yeah, 'cause I
to
was saying
get
he
ready for the
consistent.
Golden Gloves. That was one of his goals. I want to fight in the Golden Gloves.
And he
Wow.
freaking won it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he keep winning fights now. Now he just like, I'm just gonna keep going. And
Yeah.
he's been winning.
And I'm looking forward. I think he's gonna be a story, because the things that was going against him, and he was able to overachieve whatever was going against him. So he's doing very well. So parents, don't hesitate. Whatever you think the conditioner may be for your child, bring them to Maple Ave Boxing Gym. We gonna take care of them. We gonna treat them like any other kid. We're gonna make them run. We're gonna make them condition, and all those things that they need to prepare them, for boxing. But boxing is, like I said, is the best fitness component you can get, especially if you don't want to lift weights, but you want to burn fat.
Yeah.
Come our hour-long classes. You're going to burn about 1,300 calories.
Yep, and I'm make you have abs. I take mine through a good ab burn in my class every time. They like it though.
Y'all about to get me to start coming and doing stuff.
You know what?
And doing something. Y'all about to sell me on
But you know what? Our class is for all people. So I don't care if you just started to work out, because it's self-paced. So if you want to step out a little bit and get your breather, you can. It's an hour long. But if you say, you know what, I'm coming, I'm just going to do 15 minutes. You do 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then, and build from there. Build from there. And I promise you, once you continue coming and then people motivating you, and you get motivated by others, you do the whole hour. And sometimes we had one lady, I can't think of her name. She do 2 classes. She do both
Wow.
classes. Yeah. So just come. It don't matter if you feel like you're not in shape. Our class is for everybody, self-paced. So.
So, back to the boot camp. In the boot camp, will you be looking for someone special, someone that you can mentor, new talent? What will you be looking for in the boot camp besides the dynamics of the self-defense and all the...
I mean, not right now, because I'm so busy with my career and with everything I have going on, and it wouldn't be fair to another person. Like, even as a coach, you can't be a part-time coach, or you have to pour into that fighter too, just like that fighter got to pour into themselves. And so, me as a coach, I couldn't really. Like, you could talk to me, and sometimes you might be able to train with me, but I couldn't just flat on just be your person to just depend on. Because I'm still got coaches that I'm telling me what to do.
Okay.
I train people, but it's not full on like, yeah, you finna be my fighter. It's not that.
Okay. So if you can share, is there going to be any, what's the correct word, bouts? Is that the correct word?
Any more fights?
Yeah, any more fights.
Yeah, so we only call it bouts. People who call it bouts are the commission, because
Okay.
Yeah.
because they're actually talking about they at the event itself. So it's bout 1, bout 2, bout 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it's bouts. But when you say fight.
Fight,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And so, like, my next fight, I'm trying to fight like end of February or March, around that time, because I just had a fight in October, and I wanted to like enjoy the holiday. That's the worst time to be in camp. Is during the holidays.
The food.
But you're
You
with
can't
the
eat
family
nothing.
or...
Like, I missed the fair.
Oh.
I couldn't eat no food because that fair food, you can lick the turkey leg, and that is 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I had enough on for you, so you know.
Yeah, so like, I don't be want to be in camp around that time, so I just gonna fight y'all February, March, and right now I'm just regular training, just staying in the gym, just staying prepared and getting all my other businesses ready, because one thing I'm doing right now is 2026. I feel like it's a very prosperous year for me.
Okay.
What she just said is that's called being professional. That's another thing people don't understand about boxing, is being professional. You have to consistently stay in shape, somewhat in shape. You know, you have some guys who they'll fight and won't go to the gym again until somebody say, "Hey, we got to fight for you." Now your training camp has turned into a weight loss camp.
Wow.
A weight loss a camp to where you can at least get in shape to even fight them many rounds. You know what I'm saying? See, me, it's just gonna be like, okay, we up in the conditioning now. You know what I'm saying? Like I just sparred.
So it's like a stepping.
Yeah, it's about being professional.
Step, and then,
Like last night I
okay.
just sparred 6 rounds. I fight 10 rounders. So that means that if they was to call me for a camp, it wouldn't take me a long time to get in shape, to get ready for it, and I could just work on the game plan. I'm not even too big right now, over my weight, to where I could just pretty much just worry about the fight, worry about the game plan.
Like she said, the game plan. So you never want your camp to be a weight loss camp, because now you don't spend maybe what? How long?
6 weeks. 6 weeks.
6
to
weeks
lose weight.
Trying to lose 30, 40
I watch,
pounds.
like when Tyson and all them, when they be on TV and they be up in each other's face, I'm like, oh my God, And then I'm looking at Tyson today and I'm like, I ain't know him, but I'm like,
Well, with them, they wasn't really losing. When you fight at heavyweight, you're not even really losing weight. Sometimes they game plan is to gain more weight.
Yeah, it's the heavyweight.
But
It's
I
heavyweight.
kept saying, is he gonna be able to go?
Man, you got guys who will come into the ring at damn near 300.
Yeah, we had a fighter. You might know Greg Corbin.
Yeah.
He would come to the ring almost 300 pounds.
Yeah.
But he was 6'6", 6'7". So the heavyweight division is a little different than the lower weights, because
I
lower
don't even
weights you
think
got to
they
get
even
stable.
run. I think they only sprint.
They just sprint, and some of them get in shape in the ring, because basically heavyweight guys is different, because there's no cap on how big they can be in the ring. That's one thing about heavyweight. Once you pass that 200 mark, that's it.
And it'd be so crazy, because then you have somebody like Deontay Wilder. He just tall, and he just probably barely over 200 pounds.
He's like
then
240.
you got these other guys who just 300 pounds. That's 100 pounds.
And they can fight.
And they can fight.
Yes,
that's legal.
Jesus.
That's almost 300 pounds of force coming.
Because at
behind,
that point, the competition gonna be so small that you probably only can find 2 fighters. There's probably 3 fighters that's 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
5 fighters in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing.
Right.
Because I know they have those, can I call it matches? Is that a good word?
Matches.
Boxing matches. And then they say all this money, is going to be, put on, because you don't hear about that much. And then when you do, it's all this publicity, it's all the hype, and and fight night and all that kind of stuff. I actually went to a fight night before the last fight. I can't remember what fight, but they had good food. I went to a fight. I knew my friend's house for fight night. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm looking at, okay, are they going to be okay? I mean, that's just how I look at it, because now that you explain the lightweight versus the heavyweight, how it goes, I'm like, okay, well, now I have a better and a clearer understanding. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's just about our hour. But again, so anything special besides the boot camp coming up over at Maple Avenue?
No, just come in. You want to get fit, come on in.
If you want to have a good class with me, the best trainer in Maple.
Yeah.
The finest one.
Miss Chicken classes are Mondays and Tuesdays.
What time?
6 p.m.
and 7 p.m.
and 7 p.m. Mondays and Tuesdays. 1 hour.
Okay, I might can do that one now. Don't be telling me. Hey, Claudia, don't. Cause I might come.
I'm saying get them knees up, high knees. I said get them up.
Yeah, and also anyone who's listening, just mention my name or Chicken name, and you would get a free day. A free class.
Okay then, yeah.
A free class.
Podcast.
Okay, FREE, y'all hear that? Get
FREE
class.
Maple Ave Boxing Gym. And let me say this before we go.
And what's your address?
2525 Butler Street, Dallas, Texas 75235. I'm in between Inwood and Oakland.
Okay.
On Maple.
On Maple.
Yes. Behind Parkland Hospital.
That's right, like near Ruth Chris Steakhouse, isn't it? Don't they like right around that area?
No, I'm not that far down.
I'm trying to think about a restaurant.
Yeah, I'm actually behind Parkland Hospital.
Behind Parkland, okay.
Yes, and not too far from UT Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right up in that area.
Yeah, it's called a medical district, but it's right by Uptown Medical District, how you want to call it. Yeah, so I'm in that mix.
I don't know if you remember these words, but it says, learn to live in God's truth. Fix your heart and seek His guidance in a world of deception. that was some words that your dad said in a sermon at some church he was at. I guess maybe at his church. What is it? The
Inspired House of Prayer. Yes.
In Lancaster, Texas.
Yes.
And I was on the website, and I thought, again, I thought that he was a minister. They said, "No, that's my dad." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So
he the preacher's son.
Yeah,
that's why he's so bad.
Okay, well, this has been a most enjoyable hour. I have learned a lot. I hope my listening audience has learned a lot about boxing. And again, to Triple D Fight Queen, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for helping to put Dallas on the map.
Yes.
And we wish you much luck in all of your endeavors. I will be keeping up with SLM.
Okay.
Anything I can help you to do. Domestic violence, of course, and women and children are one of my passions that I love to do community work with them. Mm-hmm. And thank you, Grady. And when I called him, I said, I need to talk to Mr. Grady Spanky Banks III. He started laughing.
Yeah, that's funny. Somebody gonna call him.
And I was my pastor's nickname is Spooky. And then I almost said Grady Spanky Banks. So I'm like the Spanky and Spooky, But because I enjoyed all of our conversations this week, and again,
thank
you so much, and we're going to work on that and that honor for you.
Yes, and let me say one thing too. And the Bible says, "Give honor what honors due."
Right.
And I believe right now, at City of Dallas, we should what honors due for this young lady. Right. And I'm not saying this because I know her, because I know what she brought female boxing from, and what she brought it to at this point in time. And I think the City of Dallas, we need to really just get behind her and really push her, and congratulate her. So
exactly.
To all the officials, Councilman Maxey, all of them.
I certainly agree with that because, like you said, you give honor what honor is due, because there are a lot of people that have gotten to their 60s, 70s, and 80s and have never been recognized, have never even been told how much we appreciate you. And that's why I try to always do with my guests, especially when you have done as a history maker, to make Dallas look good. You've done Dallas well. Young lady from Lincoln High School, Sunny South Side.
Period.
And Montana Mitchum,
legendary
program manager
Lincoln.
and director from Lincoln. Well, now it's not Lincoln anymore. It's called the Legendary
Lincoln, baby.
So yeah, I learned that at our homecoming because his reporter kept saying the legendary Lincoln, the legendary. I said, if he says legendary Lincoln one more time, I promise you I'm gonna jump on this. And so when they said, well, that's really the name of the school, and I said, what? They said legendary Lincoln. I said, oh.
Legendary.
Okay.
I like that.
Let me sit my little eagle self down somewhere. I leave folks out there alone. But again, I want to tell you all thank you again.
Thanks for having
coming
us
on the show.
Thanks for having
me.
me.
And I will start paying a little bit more attention and advocating for women in boxing.
Yes.
And hope that you have a beautiful camp, beautiful bountiful blessings on your camp. I may try and come by. Now, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to come by and say, hey, baby, and that kind of stuff,
Okay.
And, and support. I think that we need to support each other, especially when it comes to women and children. It's something that our young ladies can get into to help shape and mold them, into being the women and a woman like you are. Yeah. So that is our show for today. And again, thank you. And I always end by saying, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. And for you, my dear, your vision will always be the best to come for you. Thanks. All right, this is your Queen of Community Conversation, your community connector, and we're over and out, and we will see you next week. Love y'all.
Tales of fun, 'cause you know two heads